Alright, so here's my original 410 setup that I did for reloading. Here's my depriming rod, and here's my priming rod. And I'm going to show you all this. This is actually just electrical conduit or plumber's pipe, I don't remember. And then this is the sizing die that comes off of a mech. And being that it's threaded to the die right here, I can interchange any gauge that I want. I did this originally for 410 because I didn't have enough money back in the day to get myself a press, and I still use this all the time. It's a great tool. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to try and do this quick, but I'm going to try and show you as well as I can. This is actually a Cheddite hull. They come primed. I deprimed it so that I could show you how this all works, because I'm going to reuse that primer. But basically, to deprime, here's a rangefind used primer. I'm just going to put that right here in this hole. Take my decapping rod, put it right in there, and this is, believe it or not, this is how I took out the original the live primer. But basically, pop it. Sorry, I had to pause for a second, pick this up. But it just pops the old one out. There's the old primer, and she's done. So here's where I'm gonna probably scare the crap out of a few of you. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put it right back here. I'm gonna take my haul. You use a used one or a new one, don't matter. Pop it in there. This is the Harbor Freight cheapo little tap hammer. But if you notice, I got it all the way down. It sized the whole brass. Now I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna push it in with my thumb as far as I can get it. Oops. And then I'm gonna take the soft hammer and I'm gonna pound that primer all the way in. Notice no explosion, right? The other thing you can do is this piece right here. If you're having a particularly tough one, put that. Remember, this is the hollowed one. Put this in there. And that's how you prime these bad boys. Put this back here like this. I have a perfectly primed hull. Primer's in exactly where it's supposed to be. Come on, focus. Now you're going to have to take my word for it. Sorry. So like I said, you're going to have to take my word for it. But that's 15 grains of 296. Winchester 296. An H110 is exactly the same thing as Winchester 296. So you can use this, any load data that you can use for 296, it is the exact same load data for H110. So, just to try and be as neat as possible and not spill this all over the damn place, here's my little powder funnel. So, there's 15 grains of powder, minus that. And I'm going to take this, my wad. I think I showed all of you last night, the 410 wad. Put it right over that powder. And I'm going to go back to this. You won't pack these tight. You want no air gap whatsoever. Now, I'm going to do something I don't really recommend you guys do, but I've been doing this long enough, and I actually already know this. But I always tell people, you know, when you don't know what you're doing, measure. I already know that when I fill this wad up, it's going to be a ½ ounce of shot in that wad. Now, this is number 4 shot. Let me put this down so I can get this shot in there because I can't do it one-handed. All right, so that, like I said, that's number 4 shot. It's filled all the way up to the wad, and I think I may go ahead. Yeah, I like that. I've been doing this so long. I've played with these too many times. Yes, you should always measure everything. You should always do everything. If you noticed, I beam scaled my powder. I ain't playing around with that. The shot, you know, you add too much shot, you don't have the power that you want. You don't add enough shot, the little suckers are just flying all over the place. So this is how I typically load, and me and my son shoot this. My son is, you know, a little kid. I trust this. I've done it too many times not to. So I'm at the point where I have a load that I'm pretty comfortable with. Now, I have 2 options right now. I can use this in both ways because I'm not, remember, this is before I had a mech press. I can either take this, well, either way, I take this and I put it right there, and I take this again, I put it down in there, and I make sure it's nice and tight. Now I can do one of 2 things. I can drop some Elmer's glue in there and I'm done. This is a shell ready to shoot. Let it dry and we're done. Or I can do this. I can take my roll crimper on the DeWalt that I got just last year, my first DeWalt, and I can't drill and hold the camera at the same time, so let me crimp this and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. FYI, I'm going to put like some 3-in-1 oil on the edge of this hull. It helps with this. The lubrication helps. It just helps it turn a little bit easier. And once it generates a little heat, that plastic's gonna soften up and allow that end to turn. Let me drill it, and I'll be done when I'll come back. All right, so that's a done deal. This is a great little squirrel round. I can use it on dove if I were so inclined. I don't know if I'd go so far as to try it on a turkey or anything like that because they're just they're hard critters to kill. But squirrel, rabbit, this number 4, it take care of it easy. I prefer number 5. It just seems like that magic little amount when I'm squirrel or rabbit hunting. But number 4 will get the job done, and I had some 4 that I could just grab to do this video. But hey, it's a great kit. If you got any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll go from there. Later.